Our next presentation is from CII's Performance Assessment Committee. Here with us today to discuss CII's new 10-10 Performance Assessment Campaign is Mike Elliott from Phillips 66, where Mike works as the Manager of Product Services. Mike has held various management positions in his 33 years with the company and is experienced in all phases of projects, from business development through project completions to operation. He also serves on CII's Board of Advisors. Please welcome Mike Elliott.
Hi, I'm here. I just happen to be at the back of the room. I'm doing a little field assessment on what are the best seats one should obtain in order to really enjoy the opportunity here at the conference. And you know, I could have waited till the end of the show and sent out, or the conference and sent out a questionnaire, but then I wouldn't know where the best seats are until next year. So I thought I'd start doing my screening right now so I could be ready for this afternoon. In the meantime, while I work myself up to the podium, let's go ahead and show a video we have. You know, every time I see that, my heart just starts pumping and I get excited. We truly are the builders of the future, and we get to be involved in some of the most exciting things that are happening out there. This morning, as we started off, our CII Director, Wayne Cruz, showed, and proudly so, our safety performance and how we are helping each other to get better each and every year. And I think we all owe ourselves a round of applause for that. One of the things about it, though, is when we get together and we talk about our safety performance, we don't talk about what happened in 2004 or what happened in 2006. When we get together, we talk about what's happening now. And that's one of the strengths of our CII membership, is that we share our best practices. So when Noé Saenz and Paul Woolde were asked to lead a new initiative on benchmarking, they came to some of us, and some responded as I did. We want something that is faster, simpler, sharpen the focus on what we can do today to make our projects better ASAP. And so at the conference that we had in Indianapolis, they renamed, and was approved by the congregation, their program to be the CII Performance Assessment Committee. Now, this committee has been working hard on developing a new approach for helping us to spot and share some of the new revolutionary ideas and activities that we're actually doing on our projects today. This initiative proposes that we answer quick, simple, but important and informative questions as we progress through our projects, and then via some super magic that Dr. Mulva's team and his magical elves, also known as UT graduate students, they're going to come back and share with us their communal insights, or our communal insights rather, on how we are addressing the projects of today on our projects. Now I'm going to show you an example how this is somewhat going to work. Take the clickers you have in front of you. We'll have a better one, by the way, when you come to our implementation session. Now, hypothetically, I'm going to ask a question, and I'd like you to respond to A, B, C, or D. And as you can see, the question is, what is your level of experience? Okay, and the responses are coming. Now, as you can see, the majority of our group is very experienced, and that is more or less what we would expect, those of us that are members of CII, that we choose some of our best people to come to a conference, especially one held in Orlando, so close to Disney World with Mickey Mouse. However, if you were a new member and you didn't know what level of participation takes here, this would be very informative in helping you know who you should send to get the best results of being a CII member. Now, before we all feel too proud with that experience that we just demonstrated we have, we might want to remind ourselves where we obtained it. That's what CII is all about. My dad once told me, learn from the mistakes of others because you won't live long enough to make them all yourself. but we come together and we share the best that we have. Now, while you got that clicker in your hand, I'd like to give another example, so pick it up. Which factor most influences an owner's project NPV? Please mark A, B, C, or D. Okay? Interestingly enough, CII research over the last 2 years has shown that close to 34%, that is, activity B, working relationships, is due to the type or the improvement on the MPB is due to the type and nature of working relationship amongst our companies and those that make them up. Now, at the same time, some of us would have asked the question, well, I would have thought that that's the front-end planning. The reality is that for most of us that have been here sharing those best practices with each other, front-end loading has become who we are, and it's no longer a distinguisher. For years, CII has been helping us how to learn to do things better. Many of the research reports have shown proven and effective ways of doing things smarter and more efficiently. CII teams have also developed some very great tools, and we do have great self-assessment tools. What we lack, however, sometimes is what I call the new social media of comparison. What is everyone else doing today? After Mr. Gallagher's presentation this morning, I hope you started to think to yourself, wait a minute, how can I keep up with a very changing environment in which we find ourselves? You might ask, what are my fellow CII members doing, and how might it impact my project? Here's how we envision the reporting of the outcome metrics for a specific project type and phase. When you are in the engineering phase, you can see how you score yourself against others and how they see those challenges today and what they rate as good, green, or bad, red. Now, there are many in the audience that are going to attend another implementation session, and it may well be because their plenary presenter is better looking or more entertaining. Before you do, I'd like you to ask yourself, however, where are we today? And where do we want to be? What might be the new areas of attainment for my project? Working together in our common interest is one of the strengths of CII and our memberships in it. As Eminem stated in his video, we only get one shot, one opportunity for our projects. It might be sad to wait till the end to compare yourself to others. We need it now, we need it by phase, we need it in the moment. Please do not miss your chance to attend our 1010 program and see how you can get a copy of the new implementation book guide that we'll have for you today. You have to come to get it. We're looking forward to seeing you later today in this room at 11 and again at 1. Or you could choose not to be a participant. Why? Because you already know everything. As a CII member, your company will be asked to contribute via 4-page simple questionnaires. We are launching 1010 at this conference this year. Please come. Maybe because you owe it to the industry, or because it will make you better able to answer those questions when management asks you to compare to others, because they will ask, or because you want to be part of CII's next steps, or because you don't want to show badly when the inevitable comparisons are made, because they're surely going to be made, or because you just want to be an active player in the next 30 years of CII.